Bloomberg has learned that Russian central bank governor Elvira Nabiullina tried to resign after President Vladimir Putin ordered the invasion of Ukraine. Nabiullina has not commented. Putin denied her that request, is our reporting. Joining us now is Scott Johnson from Bloomberg Economics. Scott, what does this tell us then about Russia's decision ultimately to go to war and the central bank's place within that decision-making?
Oh, thanks for having me on. I mean, it's obviously a show of dissent at a very high level of government. And that reinforces the narrative that this has been a war instigated by Vladimir Putin, as well as a relatively small number of advisors within the Kremlin and the security establishment. But I think, sure.
Scott, I think so. We need to actually, Putin does not tolerate dissent. So what do we know behind her decision? Is it because she's against the war, or is it because she couldn't prepare the economy for possible sanctions and backlash?
I think it's very tempting to read into a dissent against the war. We actually don't know that at this stage. There have been rumors about this attempted resignation for some time, and so I think the fact that it's getting out suggests that there's a desire for it to be expressed. But whether it's dissent against the war or a recognition that the economic framework that she has spent years building is now coming very quickly unraveled. I think it may be that to some degree. She's also built up experience and a skill set that is not entirely practical in this case, with the central bank losing some of its reserves or having the reserves frozen at least. Strict capital controls as well.
Yeah, I mean, who does have that skill set, I guess is a question. Maybe bankers in North Korea or Iran. When it comes to the centrality of her within the reforms that we've seen up until this point in Russia, just underscore for us how important she was, particularly with the outreach to Western counterparts.
Sure, but she's been instrumental, and I think when you look at why it's important for her to stay, there's no one else in Russia that I think you would want to be at the head of the central bank right now. Over the last, really, if you look back since 2014, many of the reforms that have been implemented have been driven by Governor Nabiullina. Yeah. So we've had, the credibility of the central bank as an inflation targeter, but also as a backstop to the financial system. She has helped to build that up. She's also been instrumental in cleaning up the banking sector.